Hello, everyone. Welcome to another podcast. Once again, it is March 1st, 2019. As we're recording this just after 1 a.m. on February 23rd, 2019. We were supposed to record this weekend prior, but, I tried editing. We tried first time. My internet kind of farted on everyone. It messed up. And then the second time we recorded this, it kind of, the video file got corrupted. Now we're taking it the third time. It's just me and Justin now. Sorry,
Yep.
Abby. Sorry, Raven the commentator 2001. Sorry, KB Flash. Y'all were not in this edition because it's late at night.
Yep.
But anyways, me and Justin came to the conclusion before we get into the nice internet safety. We came into a conclusion, and we accidentally had 5 people on. That was pushing it. 3 people.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The problem is when you have too many people and somebody has a weak connection, it corrupts the file. So that's the problem we ran into.
Yep, you have to have a good internet connection. So if you ever want to join our podcast, at least make sure you have a 20 megabit download and a 10 to 15 megabit upload. Like right now, I have a 30 megabit download and a 23 megabit upload right now. And hopefully this video file will not corrupt. It normally never does when I'm in the office. Now, Justin, do you want to fire this off?
Yep. So
I'm going to mute, guys, so y'all don't have to hear my AC.
Okay, so as you guys know, this is the Internet Safety Podcast, and the first thing we discussed on our last recordings, which we're gonna discuss that right now, is trafficking.
You don't have to go on the basics of last recording, by the way. I'm sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, but we're gonna start off with trafficking, and basically we're going to talk about sex trafficking and exploitation and why and how to protect yourself from it. And this goes for a lot of children that go on are getting on the internet for the first time.
I hate to jump in and interrupt Justin, but I don't know if you were alias or not. You weren't even noticing about the new exploitation that's going around on YouTube with children that have comment sections. They're doing YouTube now. There's sex offenders and pedophiles going around commenting on that stuff. Did you know that Sprint, or what was it? No, not Sprint. What was it that first pulled their YouTube ads when PewDiePie said the N-word? What was that first cellular provider? I think it was AT&T.
It might have been, yeah. Well,
they just, after a month, they just pulled their ads Friday. Again, because of this sex offending comments.
Yeah, and I think this is going to lead to another adpocalypse. I really do.
Keemstar said it best. It is.
And it's not even just YouTube. You have apps like TikTok. A lot of teenage girls use that to do their lip syncing and stuff. But there are pedophiles on there, and I've heard a lot about it.
I hate to break it to you, music over, but listen closely.
You know,
and it doesn't mean like Diddy. What's that other music app that she uses?
Smule.
I don't know if there's any pedophile. I'm pretty sure there would be.
But TikTok.
That's beside the point.
TikTok is the most popular one among the teenage demographic, and a lot of what these people do is they create these cool songs so that girls follow them, and then once that happens, well, everything, then they just kind of start showing themselves, and it gets ugly. And
webs of web. I'm gonna mute if my air conditioner's interfering.
Basically, it's all this whole exploitation thing. These people bait you in. It's a web of lies. That's all it really is. And the best way to protect yourself from it is know who you're talking to. Now, if you're a child, get a parent's consent before you use any type of social media. You have to. You can't just. And I'm kind of against children having smartphones, and this is one of the reasons why. I don't think you should have a smartphone unless you are 13 or above. That's just my honest opinion. Or maybe even 15. I don't know. But, if you're going
Okay,
to.
I got my first iPhone at the age of 15 years old. You got these people that are, people that I just got into a nice drama mess with last year that are at the age of 11 and 12. And they're up there on that Team Talk server with other blindies that are in their 20s and 30s.
Exactly, and that's.
And it doesn't matter if you're in the blind community or not. You can have blind sex, and you can have blind people that are going to be sexual.
Oh,
They
yeah.
call that different. They call it a sex fetish.
Well, even with blind people, it's not just a fetish with them. It's a fetish in general with these sickos. They have a sick fetish for children.
Makes me want to vomit.
And I know this may sound disturbing to a lot of viewers, but this is the truth.
It is. It is the honest to God truth. I mean, I've seen, man, y'all don't see the stuff behind the scenes of YouTube, but I've talked to some people that actually have been trafficked by that. That have the fear of it too. Like they haven't had it happen to them, but they have the fear of it happening.
Yeah, and it's happening more so now than it ever has.
Man, now that India's got internet now, like 20 million people got internet in India. Watch what's gonna happen come out of there. That's gonna be a lot of sickos, or a lot of people in India don't know about that. So people that have been in the internet for since 2000, they're gonna take advantage of them.
Yeah.
In India people. I don't know the word for it. Bear with me. It's one. Okay, Google. What time is it? Okay, Google. What time is it? 1:29 a.m.
Yeah, this is actually later than we recorded before, so bear with us. We're probably gonna.
All right. You got anything to finish on that one, Justin?
So I would just say this in conclusion: if you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna use social media.
Use it wisely. Don't use it stupidly.
Yep, and have supervision. Just
exactly. If you're okay, 13 to if you don't know what about the internet and your parents do, let them help you. Don't be a stuck-up teenager like someone. I've been that way. We all have been that way.
yes, for sure.
Don't be like that. Don't follow in our footsteps because we've done that and well, it backfired on me.
Right.
I have some stories, but I ain't getting into them.
Especially in this generation, it is a lot worse than it was back then. So
man,
you really
man, the like I've said, a lot of country singers have put it this way, and this will be in our music podcast. Man, society today, I don't even get sometimes.
Yeah, and you're younger than I am.
I was born in the early 2000s. My parents, what they did with me is they made me feel like I was in the 90s life. Like I was born in the 1990s. I have that kind of life. But I was born in the early 2000s. I was born in the early 2000s. Yep. But I like my whole family, they didn't like upgrading, so they acted like it was back in the 1990s and 80s. No country people. My parents don't like the internet these days. They don't like what goes on. They don't like this all this. Kids think they're so big and anonymous and they can do all this like a few people that I've heard of named Sam. One other person named Sam that knows how to hack. Literally,
supposedly.
What?
Supposedly.
That's what I'm getting to. Like my parents, they brushed it off. They're like, all he knows how to do is hack a donut. Well, because a donut has it has a hole in the middle, and it's circular. Anyone with a smart IQ understands why. Not trying to make y'all look like you're dumb, but if you get it, leave a comment down below. But anyways, on to point 2. Now we're going to level 2, which is second level of this. This second level, we're going to talk about what are you going to put at this level?
So we're going to talk now. We're
sharing personal details.
Oh yes, this is the one I've been waiting for because I'm starting to become.
Okay, Justin's good at this one too. So I let him take over because I've been a victim of sharing personal details. I'm gonna crack down on it right now. Do not share your number. No question to ask, please.
Unless, okay,
Unless you have known the person for 6 months. No, not even that. You met
I,
them in person, 6 months. If you have met them in person, then I'd give them 6 months. If you met them in person, that's only if. Now, granted, I've known someone for 11 years and I got backstabbed over a stupid 50 Shades of Eloquence argument.
oh,
That involved a VPS too, but we ain't going there. Anyways, sharing your details with someone, definitely no. It's a big no. If you've known someone on the internet and haven't met them in person, give them 5 years, 5 to 10 years.
yeah, or,
That's pushing it, but any parent would agree with me on that one.
yeah,
3 to 6 years, bare minimum.
unless, okay,
Unless you met the person in real life. Now, don't say now. You're probably gonna rush to the comment section saying, "Oh, my friend said that this person won't do this." Granted, yeah, that person won't do that to you because their friend's around. Imagine their friend's gone one day or is gone for a full-on week. They're gonna do something to you. They're gonna get their chance.
now, I'm going to say this as an exception. Austin,
Yeah, I kind
uh,
of accidentally gave him my number. Oops.
yeah, well, no. I, I gave Austin my number because, he really, normally it takes a lot for people to prove themselves to me. It takes a long time. But Austin has really proven himself in the 5 months that we've talked. And, you know,
I'm
I
a
gave him,
sweet person. Yeah, I can be dirty at times, and that, yes, I do have a foul mouth of cursing. I'm going to admit that. Yes, I
oh, I do
do,
too.
and yes, it does affect me in real life. But there's a reason behind it. If I didn't have this foul mouth, and this goes for people that are watching this locally, if I didn't have this foul mouth that I have now, I wouldn't get anywhere on the internet. I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
Right. But
Justin,
anyways,
finish it, and I'm gonna mute again because the CC ain't doing favors for me.
I gave him my number because we talked for quite a while, for about 5 months, and we've had very long conversations, and really gotten to know each other, and we just that trust grew quick, and you know, he I uh, he has my number, I have his email, and we communicate back and forth through iMessage, and
And
but
a technology master, I give him my email address because, guys, I give them my emails because they don't have my number and they can only just do one service. One click, good, you're gone, and I don't really have to block you. I just have to get rid of that email address. It's an exposable email. It's austinslife9@gmail.com if anyone else wants to contact me. Once again, that's AUSTINSLIFE number 9@gmail period com. Thank you.
now I do have some restrictions though if I give you my number. So with me, right? If you have my number, and you don't give me yours right away, don't call me. Send me a text first, because if you call me, I don't answer numbers that I don't know. But send me a text first. Let me know who you are, and I will add you to my contacts. Because I've been scam called way too many times in my life. I've learned that if I see any suspicious numbers or unknown callers, do not pick up. I've learned that the hard way, so I'm very cautious about like I always, every time I get a call, I don't ignore it. If for some reason voiceover doesn't announce my caller ID, which generally it does, but if it doesn't, I will scroll to it and make sure I know who's calling, because if if I see a number from a different state, or even a number in my state that I don't know, I'm not gonna pick up unless they send me a text and tell me who they are. That's just how I work. And that's just that. Like I said, that just comes
And
from.
that's how I am. You have to at least have an area code right near me. Like right near me. I've had people scam me. And yes, I have an application. So does Justin. I shared it with him. That doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, on YouTube, or anything. If you got a real name that we seen that looks good, like like John Dowling, we'll save him. He is the actual blindy. Whoops. But we're gonna use you as reference, John. You can search him up in the database. And John Dowling, you need to know his location and his state. Say, John Dowling lives in Atlanta, Georgia. We actually really don't know where he lives, so I'm just using Atlanta, Georgia as an example. And any John Dowling in Atlanta, Georgia, don't feel, though, I hope your identity has not yet found. And you can find their address and everything else by just saying their first and last name and their location. Seriously.
Yep. And with this,
It doesn't even matter. Like my real name could be out there on YouTube, because you want to know why I don't put my real name out there? Because of creepers.
now, I have my real name out there, but the thing with me is I keep to myself. I never. Yes, I use Facebook and I use social media, but most of my friends that I talk to are actual people that I know. I don't. I generally don't go out.
He talks to me, he talks to Abby and stuff, but we're good people. We can be trusted.
Yeah,
A few
because
few other Cordy people that I introduced him to. I'm very sorry, Justin.
yeah, um, because most of the time I don't go online and meet new people. I kind of I kind of have my own circle, and that's why my stuff's out there, because I talk to people that I know I can
I
trust.
joined his circle, and I actually like being in his circle.
Yeah, and I've joined the community, and I've been around pretty good people. I mean, yeah, there's been some bad eggs here and there, but
The
and
Austins. Oh, speaking of networks and community, the Austin Network is launching alongside of this podcast. If you want to join, my Skype details and my email address is in the links in the description down below. You have to be at the age of what age do you want to set this at, Justin? I mean, we're planning this right on the bat too, but 15 or older. I mean,
well, I
Abby
mean,
is 13, but still, she's an exception. She's got the IQ of a 17-year-old.
I would go 14,
14?
14 or yeah, 14 or older, 14 and up.
14 or older. And if you're 18 or older, you don't have to go through a hard enough screening as you do with these 14 or older. So if you're 18 years or older, and don't lie about your age. Lie about your
Exactly.
age and you're immediately banned. You got to. Now I don't use my real identity. I only talk to the main cabinet, which is the main owners, and that's me and Justin. Justin knows my real name. Yes, I exchange real names with the only owner. But I like to keep myself anonymous to other people. But hold on, Justin. You finish. You kind of finish on like your thought about the Austin network. I gotta kind of excuse myself for a minute.
Okay. So the Austin network, right? So Austin and I have what our goal is we want to put together a network that is going to allow people to just have an outlet to express themselves and feel like they're welcome, and our main goal is to help people, whether you're going through a hard time at home, on the internet, whatever it may be, or you just want people to hang out with.
Exactly. I mean, as much as social media, all these people in school, they have their noses in their phone. Day in or
Exactly.
day out, they have their noses in their phone. I don't know if you see your sister. I don't know if your mom has told you, Justin, or anyone, that your sister has her nose in her phone all the time.
Oh God, yeah. She comes in my room, and her Snapchat's going off, her Messenger's going off. Now, granted, ever since I joined this community, yeah, I get sometimes hundreds of notifications a day, but I'm not checking them constantly all the time.
Well, those hundreds of notifications are worthy stuff. They're not
Exactly.
stupidity
But I'm still not burying my
notifications.
nose. I'm still not burying my nose in my phone. Like, oh, I got a notification. I got to frantically run and check this now. Oh my God, no.
No, actually, I do have a habit of that, which I'm going to try to break that soon.
Um, Now, yeah, I do use my phone a lot, and iOS has features called.
I watch my stuff for surveillance because anyone out there, me being a creator of the Austin Network, anyone out there could try to screw my behind over any day. I'm gonna be a victim of it one way or another. There's gonna be someone out there. Either someone's gonna get mad from this podcast and unsub. Yes. So what? I'm at 41 subscribers right now. I lose a subscriber. That means you didn't care. You don't care that we're helping people out there. You really don't have a life, honestly. You don't care. I mean, I've seen a lot of kids like Abby. She's a blind young 16 young not 16 13-year-old in Tennessee. I came around and saved her from joining the blind community. I saved her from joining the cancerous blind community. And then I met Bryce. That kind of was the wrong mistake to put her and Bryce together. I mean, they did get along. And then we opened up the community chat, which was bad. But Justin joined, and Bryce faded away. So in a way, God removed the bad and put in the good. And then
Exactly.
Justin upgraded himself really quickly because he earned my trust quicker than Bryce did, which we formed the Austin Network. This is 10 times better than the community chat. This is way better. You will not see epic fail from me, and it's all run through Skype because we have more access over stuff.
Exactly. And nobody, you know, there are and now in this chat, we don't select moderators. We have our set moderators.
Yep, we have
So
people that we have our own little cabinet of people that you have to at least be known to Justin or me or both for at least 24 months to even get up in that part up higher
exactly, and
enough
if
to
you,
be hey, can you do this favor, or hey, can you watch this for a certain amount of time and help me out? Yes,
and
Justin's going to take over my spot when I'm out off the internet for a week in the summer. He has
yeah,
to because I'm going to be gone.
and I will let Austin know. Well, actually, I might not be able to let you know, but if I have to go to work, I will. Um,
You let someone else that's in line, which I'll explain to you
exactly.
who else will be in line.
Well, it'll be most likely Abby. So, but
Yep, she
um,
has to be in line for that many hours because where I'm going, I will have no service.
yeah, you're literally yeah, but
I'm literally going off the deep end, guys. And yes, I haven't been posting content on any channel because I'm working on a big update that's coming. Anything that involves a lot of stuff involving swearing and all my old life and how I was really ugly on live streams is being age restricted to 18 years of age or older.
that is the best thing to do right now because
And YouTube is not doing anything about it. I mean, that's all there, but I'm putting it to 18 years of age or older.
which is a good idea because you have your most of your channel is a younger audience, so there has to
I
be.
mean, it is gonna kill it, but 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 yeah, I do that up on YouTube, and I did get a lot of subscribers out of it. But I mean, it did kind of get me in a little bit of hot water or whatever. I mean, you don't have to watch my content if it's got dirty language in it. Don't watch it. Watch the clean stuff. There is clean stuff out there. I do a variety. I do dirty and clean. But I really can't actually go in there because it's like 250 videos that are pretty would be okay for age restriction. But anyways, to round this up, don't share your details unless you really know the person. Don't, you know, don't share your number around. Don't give it to anybody and everyone and their brother. Like seriously, don't do none of that. And watch your back.
And
Now I'm
another
going
thing,
finish.
another thing, if like what Austin and I are doing, if this is like if you're in a business relationship or well, this I guess I wouldn't say it's really kind of is.
It's a YouTube creator. It's a YouTube creator collabing into one big creator platform thing.
Right. So if you're going to give your number to that person for that situation, there has to be some kind of agreement, whether it's written or it's spoken. There has to be an agreement that no matter
And get
what
hard
happens,
evidence, either a recording or a text file of it,
yep,
or a
that no matter
screenshot of it.
yep, no matter what happens, that's what you have to agree to. No matter what happens,
I have a file here, and if Bryce leaks someone's number, either my email address, which is already out there, I don't really care. If he leaks Justin's phone number or Abby's phone number, that recording, it is not 100% good quality. It was not. I just laid it on the table and recorded. I will release it to YouTube.
exactly,
And I'll
and
release it to
that's
the
what,
public saying Bryce's agreement that he broke 100%.
that's what I'm saying. Like in the agreement, you have to state that no matter what happens, you will not leak your number to anybody. Even if you stop talking to that person, if you get into an argument with that person that you have that number you have, the agreement still holds.
Yep. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you block me. Doesn't matter if you block Justin. You're in that agreement. If I have video file of that recording and you break it, it still gets exposed to the public. And I don't care if it ends up
Yep.
and gets real big and famous over it. A lot
And
of
heck,
people argue over
and
it.
heck, and heck, if that happens, if that agreement gets exposed and our numbers get leaked, not only will Austin put it on all his YouTube channels, but I'll throw it on my channel too. It'll be all over.
Yep, it'll be all over. I know how to spread it, and I know how to get other people that it does not even affect throw it up there on their channels.
Yeah, it'll go viral, and you'll be in hot water.
Yep, not just with me. You'll be in hot water with the person that you leaked their number to, and on top of that, you will be in hot water. I mean, the person could go as far as if you throw their number with something like, say, with a scammer or some sort. I'm just thinking out of the box. But that person has the right, if their number lands with someone giving them death threats like mine did, my old number, well, guess what? Their parents or them will call the police, and the police will investigate it.
That's right, and especially
Especially now with the 2019 rolling around, in the United States, now that Donald Trump's in office, Donald Trump with the police force is cracking down on crimes that are over the internet involving death threats.
Yep, and if you
Now, I don't have proof to back me up, but I've talked to a law enforcement when I got death threats of being murdered.
exactly, and if you go as far as to send death threats to a minor, oh, you're really
Yep,
you're
yep.
really putting
Or even if you think about going as far as threatening, saying, "Oh, I'm going to terminate all your stuff on the internet," dude, seriously, you're threatening a minor, and it doesn't matter if you're 23, 28, 90. It doesn't matter. If you're threatening someone that's under the age of 18.0 years old, that's 18 years old exactly. It doesn't matter if they're 17.9 years old. That means 17 years and 9 months old, or 17.12, etc.
right. So like if their birthday is the next day and you threaten them like 11:59 p.m. and they're still 17 years old, you're done still.
You're still done fried chicken. You're still done.
It just does you just be wise.
Don't be stupid and screw your life over. Now, this is all we got for this level 2. Now we're going to jump on to level 3. Justin's real good about this, talking about level 3, about public Wi-Fi networks and doing the wrong and doing the wrong stuff and the right stuff you should do if joining public networks, or what you should not do, such as uploading YouTube videos on a public Wi-Fi network, such as McDonald's, Starbucks, etc. Justin's good about this one. I really am going to try to find a glass of water. I'm thirsty.
All right. So about connecting to public networks and unsecure networks. Okay. Let me just explain one thing about myself first. I have a 2-year certificate in computer information systems, and I covered networking during that course. So, what I'm going to talk about is this is very important. Okay, I can't stress this enough. If you're going to connect to a public network that is unsecure, I can't stress this enough. You need to run a VPN, and the reason for this is because if you run a VPN, the internet service provider of that network or anybody else that's connected to that network cannot track your activity. So, there's been a lot of, and I'm sure you can look it up online. There's been a lot of stories of people connecting to public networks and doing online shopping. They put their credit card information, they punch their credit card information and their passwords in and all that. Next thing they know, they go home, they think everything's fine, they bought what they bought, but they'll get a statement from their bank saying that there's been fraudulent purchases on their cards. And a lot of times these people forget that they were connected to that network. And it's dangerous because there are some skilled hackers out there. There's people out there that literally hacking is their life, and they will find any way to exploit you. And the best way to exploit you in your online activity is an unsecure network. And another reason why you need to be careful on secure networks is because a lot of times, and yes, this can happen in secure networks too, but more so in unsecure networks. If a machine, if a computer or even a smartphone has a virus and is connected to the internet, some viruses have the ability to spread across the whole network. And so in turn, you connect your device, and next thing you know, your phone's infected. It's think of it as like an outbreak of a disease. It's pretty much what it is. Except it's a internet virus, but it's pretty much an outbreak because it just travels from one device to the other. The more people connect to the network.
No, I don't mean to interrupt Justin, but my sister, and this doesn't matter to anything, her network was secure, and she got hacked a few weeks ago. They put a worm in it, and no security programs caught it. But my iPhone caught wind of it, and it crashed my Safari, and the only thing to fix it was a new iOS update.
Yep.
I mean, I literally had to be on the phone with Apple for 2 hours straight.
And that's the thing is.
Oh, and also, right now we just passed our 32 minutes and 33 seconds of last podcast. We're at 33:05. So, yay, congratulations. Give us a thumbs up. Finished, Justin.
So, and like Austin said, he had to wait for another iOS update. Well, here's the problem with that. Apple will, you can't, you don't know when you're going to get another update. Yes, there's updates out there and there's betas, but it's in Apple's hands whenever they push it to their servers. So if your device is infected and it can only get patched with that update, and you can't even install the betas, there's no telling when that update will come out. So I just, if you're on a Windows computer or you're using anything, I mean, iOS not so much, Mac not so much either, but if you're using anything like Windows or Android, have some kind of antivirus. If you don't want to install an antivirus on your computer, on your Windows computer, use Windows Defender. Now, there are a few cons to Windows Defender. Sometimes, and actually this can happen a lot. And I was just going to go into this when Austin said that no security program picked up the worm in his sister's Wi-Fi network. A lot of times, people can develop these viruses, and what the virus can do is it can bypass the security the antivirus software and disable it, and sneak right through. If people are skilled enough to do that, they can literally create a Trojan and it'll just slip right on by, and the security software won't even see it because it'll think there's nothing wrong. And next thing you know, when you're infected, your antivirus is disabled, and your computer, you could either have information being tracked from a virus, or you could have ransomware. And basically, what ransomware is you essentially have to pay to get your files unlocked. Because what these hackers do is they encrypt all your files. So, and they're encrypted with an encryption key. And so what happens is they're locked. You cannot access them. And usually what will happen is on the pop-up screen with the virus, they'll usually put an amount that they want you to pay them. And if you don't pay them, you'll never get that file key, that encryption key, to unlock your files. And sometimes even if you do pay them,
ouch.
Exactly, but it just gets worse, because sometimes if you do pay them, there's no guarantee that they'll give you the encryption key. They could just take your money and run away, and you'll never have that encryption key. You just don't know. It's scary, and
this is another reason why, if I'm gonna get a computer, Mac, I'm gonna go. And I've said this to Justin and a lot of people, that I'm not gonna boot camp my Mac if I do get one into Windows.
Now, guys, don't get into the thought process that the Mac is 100% safe from viruses. No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. I know that for a damn fact. Any computer, damn, that's not a bad word, but anyways, any computer, any like Windows computer, doesn't matter if it's Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. Any computer that travels on the internet, looks at stuff on the internet, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a mobile device. Android could get a wind of a virus.
iOS can.
iOS can, and I've seen it happen actually.
Now
I'm gonna get people that are gonna comment saying, "Oh, none of y'all know crap. Y'all are just stupid, dumb people that are doing stupid, dumb things." No, we know our stuff. I know. I worked with VPN providers before.
Now I'm gonna.
That's saying something.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna explain why a lot of like Macs are not as not as susceptible to viruses, and it's quite simple. The reason for this is because more people buy Windows computers than they buy Macs, because obviously I'm not going to get too deep into market share here, but Windows market share is killing Mac. And so a lot of these hackers, they're not going to put the time and the resources in to exploit a system that not many people have. What hackers want to do, they're very calculated like this. They want to attack the big dogs. They want to attack people who have Windows, who have Android, because they dominate market share, and they're in more consumer
and they're bigger platforms than iOS is nor Mac is. I've seen a lot of people that, yes, Mac is switching. Like a lot of people are switching over to Windows more than Mac, but I've seen a lot more. It's like Windows users that were Windows users going to Mac, and then Mac users that were Mac users back in the old day are going to Windows.
And it's the same thing with Android.
It's kind of like with the world and anything and everything. People are gonna flip flop. Now, granted, if I do join the Mac world, I will keep my Mac because yes, I spent $1,000 on it, more than likely.
Yeah.
Oh no. But anyways, I would spend $1,000 on it and anything like that, do that kind of stuff, and sorry for the interruption. Justin apparently got something, and it's 2:02 a.m. And how we were doing this stuff, talking about Macs versus Windows versus iOS and versus Android. We had a nice little deep conversation about that.
Exactly, and I want to explain something about the whole switching thing. See, it's a reverse effect, because there's people switching from Windows to Mac, and there's people switching from Android to iOS. I did it myself.
And then there's people that are switching from iOS to Android.
right? And from Mac to Windows, it goes round and round. It's a pattern.
It's that's how the world goes. That's how the world goes. Now, granted, someone would switch to Windows from Mac, say, well, I ain't gonna switch back to Mac, and watch them 15 years later. Ooh, Mac's got this new thing. Grass is always gonna be greener on the other side, buddy.
But here's the thing: if you're gonna switch to Windows, you don't necessarily have to. If you have a Mac, you do not necessarily have to buy a new computer. No, you can boot camp it.
And then give Windows the whole hard drive and get rid of macOS.
Yep. But point being is that when I was talking about the viruses, um, it's just it all comes down to what platform is the is in the most consumers' hands. Um, now iOS is obviously the leader of mobile in the U.S. Android's pretty close, but the reason that iOS isn't getting really attacked much is because yes, a lot of people in the U.S. have them, but
I've noticed. I don't know if you noticed with iOS 11 or later, you can't join Wi-Fi networks that are open networks.
well,
You have to have a
look,
username and password if that network has a username and password. If it's just an open network, like say CenturyLink has a guest network, we'll say CenturyLink does. You join that guest network, it says error joining network. It'll say that there's an unavailable, you can't join the network.
exactly. So Apple's really tight about their security, and that's another reason why hackers don't really target iOS devices because Apple has groundbreaking security that they've developed for years.
I mean, yeah, it is possible to break past Apple's security, no doubt about it. Now we
But it,
reached the 42-minute mark. Now we're up to 10 minutes over our previous time, but who cares? It's
but
just
anyway,
us, we're talking about security and internet safety. Joining that, Apple is different than, say, oh God, Pixel. Yeah, Pixel's okay. Pixel, it's on Android. It's got the default Android. Samsung, yeah, I have mixed opinions.
now I
Way
will
more of the negative opinions.
now I will say this: Apple, unlike Google, Apple does not allow apps to track you. So, like for example, Facebook on Android can track you everywhere you go, and give you ads as soon as you go on Facebook. You go on, and I brought this example up a bunch of times. I went on Amazon and I bought a couple watch bands for my watch. Well, one of my watches. I bought a watch band, then I bought a watch band for the current watch I have now.
I was okay. I now before Justin gets any farther with this, I like on Apple. I just had a creepy thing happen to me earlier today. We were talking about the MacBook Air, and all of a sudden I go on Apple's website, and there was an advertisement. There was the thing for the MacBook Air.
I don't think that was anything to worry about.
Yeah,
It's
really
just
wasn't. Just kind of a coincidence, not anything to worry about.
it's probably because you were on the Apple website looking at MacBook Airs, so they thought you were interested in it.
True,
But
true.
but what I was saying is on my when I had my Android device and I bought a watch band for my Gear S3 on Amazon, I went on Facebook and I saw ads for other bands that I could buy. Now, I got my Apple Watch and I bought a Milanese loop on Amazon for about
Smells
$11.
fishy. I'm sorry. I was just smelling Android's fishy behind.
Well, yeah, it's because Google allows Facebook to track. But I bought a Milanese loop for $11. I went on my I
Man,
always
you should get into the point where they were talking about how that they wanted all
well hold on.
they wanted all their employees to switch to Android.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, but I want to finish what okay.
Okay.
So I go on Facebook on my iPhone every day, and I bought that. I actually bought that band right on Christmas Day, and I got it in like early January. I go I go on my Facebook every single day. I haven't seen one Amazon ad whatsoever. And about what Austin was talking about. There was now I don't remember exactly what happened, but um, a lot of Facebook employees who had iPhones. Now this is kind of messed up. They had to switch or else they'd be fired. Pretty much, they had to go to Android. And you want to know why that is? It's because they
Wow,
want to
threatening
track
to
you.
lose your job over being on iOS. Okay, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, because they want your information. On iOS, they can't get your information. So employees who had iPhones, now I don't know, now I'm pretty sure now, I don't think this was every employee at Facebook. I think it was only a certain part of the development team. Because obviously the developers for the iOS version have to have iPhones so they can test the iOS betas and code Facebook properly for it. But there were a select few people in a different division in different divisions of Facebook. I don't remember where, but they had to switch to. They were pretty much told to switch to Android, and I think it was because something about how Tim Cook. No, I think I remember what it was. I think because Tim Cook really, really kind of just he kind of took a jab at Facebook's privacy, the privacy statements and stuff, and how they handle privacy. And Facebook got all butthurt about it, and they said, "Oh, Tim Cook's whining pretty much. Go to Android. We won't have to worry about this anymore." But it's not that. But Tim Cook wasn't whining. No, Tim Cook and Apple in general care about protecting your data. They want you to feel safe. It's that simple. And if developers don't like it, then pretty much Apple says if you can't agree to our terms, your app is off the App Store, and you will no longer be able to develop for any of our platforms. That's how they work. They're very strict, and a lot of people hate that about Apple. They hate the sandbox nature of iOS, but it's there's a reason behind it. It's privacy and security. And
Wow. All right. So yeah, that is surprising about Facebook.
I'm not surprised by it. I mean,
I mean, I'm not really surprised by it 100%. I still am. But anyways, now what do we move? Oh, So what else do we talk about now? After we finished about the Facebook thing, got anything else to say, internet wise?
I think there was one more topic, and that's online scams as
Oh,
well as scam calls.
online scammers.
Yeah, and scam calls. They all tie together.
Yep, they all tie together because they have to use online numbers to scam you. Snore.
Yes.
Okay, I've witnessed a good fair share of back pain and stuff like that, yada yada yada. I mean, I've witnessed a few of them. Now, um, I mean, we're filming raw here. Uh, I was filming. I briefly started recording with Adriano, and he got a scam call about back pain. Should I add that in?
What?
I said Adriano got a scam call about back pain problems. Should I add that in?
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but
Here we go, guys. I'm gonna roll the clip, and hope y'all enjoy the little well, it wasn't back pain, but it was a good scam call about something. Enjoy it, and it starts now. Okay, we're back recording. Either I didn't find the recording, or it wasn't available in any way in any source. I didn't save it anywhere. Hopefully we're recording. Anyways, if we weren't, so be it. I'm gonna repeat myself. Um, Welcome back, everyone. If I did not find the recording, I did not find it, or if you notice, we're jumping straight back into this clip. I did not find that recording. Sorry about that. Apparently, it wasn't somewhere, or Skype didn't save it somewhere. into my folder or anything. I haven't looked. If I had it, it's there. It's in the video. If not, well, the reason why there was no prank video. Anyways, now on to what we were saying about scam calling. So what I've dealt with is, things about credit card debt. I'm 16 years of age. How would I have had credit card debt already? Please
Well,
explain, someone. I'm getting really silent over here. We're recording.
well, you wouldn't. I mean, all it is they're trying to.
Make you say yes to something.
Yep, because the minute you say yes, and the minute you say yes, they log that. Your voice is logged, and they know everything about you. The minute you say yes, you just gotta say one word.
So that's why whenever I get into a scam call, I'll go, yeah, rar, rar, rar.
Or or another thing you do is you just start talking about random stuff and just playing with them, just play around with them. And
Yeah, sometimes I'll say, and a good thing to do with them is do a weather joke on them. It's like, start talking about the weather, the current weather conditions. It literally does the trick to them. It makes them so mad with their TTS voices because then they're like, please, we do not understand. Please try again. And then you can hear them. Sometimes you'll hear them typing on a keyboard. It's really weird. Apple used to have that for the longest time. When you called in, you'd hear them typing on a keyboard like, listen. Actually, I don't know if Scott cleaned that up. But anyways, you'd hear them typing on a keyboard.
yep, either that or they put a recording of it. They put a typing sound into the bot. But a very common scam that goes around is these fake Microsoft scams.
Oh, yeah. Adriano got wind of one of them. I have. And about my Microsoft Windows computer and its security, etc.
Yep, and these can happen in one of two ways. Either you'll randomly get a call from one, or you'll be on a website and you'll get this your screen will start blinking and it'll do like this beeping thing and it'll say your computer's infected and then it'll give you a number to call. Whatever you do, don't call that number because more times than not, when you see something like that, your computer is not infected. It's a scare tactic, is all it is. It's a
scare tactic to kind of get you tightened with a nice pleasant. You owe me this certain amount of money.
And I've actually seen some funny videos on YouTube actually where these people would get calls from Microsoft scammers, and they'll let the scammers remote their computer, and the people who were getting scammed were very skilled in computers, and they would end up breaking the scammer's computer. It was awesome. I enjoy those videos.
Wow.
They're hilarious.
I might have to watch some of those videos when I'm done with this podcast, but I might save it till tomorrow.
Yeah, they're funny.
It's 2:19 a.m. now, guys. So we put this together. Thanks for 1,000 views on the Austin's Life channel, aka Was Austin's Life Vlogs. Thank you for 40 subscribers. Really appreciate it. The podcast went and nailed it in the screws. We got like 50 views on that podcast. Let's hope this one hits 100. Give this video a like. Put a lot of comments down below so YouTube's algorithm knows that, hey, Austin needs some attention. Oops, I didn't say that, but there's a little tactic. If you watch till now, you just learned a YouTube tactic.
And also, since I also have a channel, I don't like to self-promote, but I'm gonna kind of plug here. This podcast is going on my channel, so like Austin, I want to thank those who subscribe to me. I want to thank you for 71 subscribers, and I hope that you all enjoy the podcast because we're gonna have it on both of our channels. So I hope those who are subscribed to me and Austin.
And this will be also the ring in the first Tuesday of March, 2019. This will be on Tech Tuesday.
Yep, but like I said, those who are subscribed to both Austin and myself, I hope you all enjoy. And for those who are exclusively subscribed to me, and I mean, you should subscribe to Austin too. But if you're exclusively subscribed to me, I hope you also find this podcast informative and educational, because that's what I strive to do on my channel, and so does Austin. We like to educate people, and that's the goal of this podcast is to educate you guys.
Yeah, we're not trying to give scare tactics or anything. We're just trying to educate you and trying to help you in any way.
Exactly.
In any shape and form.
Because we know we have experience. Now, we can't say we know the internet completely, because
no one knows the internet completely. They say they do, but they don't.
Nope. The internet is changing every single day.
As I say, hi, the internet just changed probably like 2 times.
Yeah, every day, every minute. It never stops. It's
the only way
evolving.
It stopped if something like a major solar flare hit us and, well, did the unexpected.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this podcast. We took our time from like 1 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the morning. It took an hour to film this. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. And subscribe to me and Justin. Peace out.